Hello students. So today we are going to see solar energy. Now solar energy is radiant light and heat from the sun that is harnessed using a range of ever evolving technologies such as solar heating, then photovoltaic photovoltaics, then solar thermal energy. It is the largest source of energy received on earth, but its intensity on the earth's surface is quite low. Solar energy is rapidly becoming the ultimate energy source because of its non polluting character and its unexhaustible supply. So, it is non polluting and it will not exhaust. The sun is the ultimate source of most of our renewable energy supplies. The sun is an enormous nuclear fusion reactor which converts hydrogen into helium at the rate of 4 million tons per second. It radiates energy by virtue of high surface temperature of around approximately 6000 degrees centigrade. Then solar energy collector. Solar energy collector is a device which absorbs the coming solar radiation, converts it into heat and transfers this heat to a fluid, usually air, water or oil, flowing through the collector. The solar energy thus collected is carried from the circulating fluid either directly to the hot water or space conditioning equipment or to a thermal energy storage tank from which it can be drawn for use at night or cloudy days. Now solar collectors are classified as low, medium or high temperature collectors. Low temperature collectors are used for small non-intensive requirements. Medium temperature collectors are used for heating water or air for industrial and commercial use, and high temperature collectors concentrate sunlight using mirrors or lenses and are used for fulfilling heating requirements up to 400 degrees centigrade to 20 bar pressure in industries. Now temperature ranges of solar thermal technologies. So you can see here low temperature heat, it is around it is less than 150 degrees centigrade. Then medium temperature heat 150 to 400 degrees centigrade, and high temperature heat that is above 400 degree centigrade. Then types of solar collectors. There are two types: non-concentrating collectors and concentrating collectors. So under non-concentrating collectors I will read first. In this type the collector area is the same as the absorber area. Then the whole solar panel absorbs light. Then non-concentrating solar collectors are generally used for low and medium temperature, whereas concentrating collectors have a lighter interceptor than absorber. Then concentrating collectors are used for high temperature requirements. So that is the difference between non-concentrating collectors and concentrating collectors. Then classification of solar collectors. So you can see here there are two types, just we have seen, concentrating and non-concentrating. So under concentrating, imaging and non-imaging. Under imaging, then point focusing and line focusing. Under non-imaging, component parabolic corrector. Under point focusing, dish system with dual axis tracking. And under line focusing, parabolic through linear Fresnel with single axis tracking. And under non-concentrating, we are going to see flat plate collector and evacuated tube collector. So let us start with first non-concentrating technology. Non-concentrating solar thermal collectors are generally used for low and medium energy requirements. Solar water heating in the perfect example is the perfect example of non-concentrating. Common collectors used for solar water heaters are flat plate collector or evacuated tube collectors. Then let us see the flat plate collector. So under non-concentrating technology there is flat plate collector. So a flat plate collector consists of thin metal box with insulated sides and back, that we are going to see in the figure. A glass or plastic cover, the glazing, and a dark color absorber. So here you can see this solar radiation will fall. This is the black absorber plate, here you can see, and this is the transparent screens, so that all the sun radiation or sun rays fall on the top. They are absorbed by black absorber, and below black absorbers you can see here the tubes. Here the glazing allows most of the solar energy into the box while preventing the escape of much of the heat gained. The absorber plate in the box painted with a selective dark color coating designed to maximize the amount of solar energy absorbed as heat. Running through the absorber plate are many fine tubes through which water is pumped. As the water level through these tubes, as the water travels through these tubes, it absorbs the heat. This heated water is then gathered in a large collector pipe to be transported into the hot water system. So we were talking about the tubes which will be carrying hot water. Components of flat plate collector: a metallic flat absorber plate. This is the absorber plate. Then tubes or channels. Then transparent toughened glass sheet and fiberglass insulation. The fiberglass insulation is used so that the heat from the solar radiation will not loss to the atmosphere. Then evacuated tube plate collector. So evacuated tube plate collectors are more modern and more efficient in design. The evacuated tube systems in this heat loss is reduced by most totally eliminating conduction and convection heat loss. These can heat water to much higher temperatures and require less area. However, they are also correspondingly more expensive. Instead of absorber plate, water is pumped through absorber tubes, metal tubes with selective solar radiation absorbing coating, gaining heat before going into the collector pipe. Now let us see concentrating collector. A concentrating collector is a device to collect solar energy with high intensity of solar radiation on the energy absorbing surface. A concentrating collector is a special form of flat plate collector modified by introducing a reflecting surface or a concentrator between the solar radiation and the absorber. Here the receiving area of the solar radiation is several times higher than the absorber area and the efficiency is high. Mirrors and lenses are used to concentrate sun rays on the absorber. The temperature of working fluid can be raised only up to 500 degrees centigrade. For better performance, collector is mounted on a tracking equipment to always face the solar radiation. So this is the schematic diagram of concentrating collector. So this is the reflector. So solar radiation will fall on this surface and they will reflected towards this absorber or receiver. Hence the area is very large as compared to the flat plate collector. Then types of concentrating collectors. There are different types of concentrating or focusing collectors. These are as follows: point focus technology, which consists of Fresnel reflector based dish, then dual axis tracked parabolic dish. Then second is line focus technology, under that parabolic and linear Fresnel. Then third is non-focusing technology, in that compound parabolic collectors. So these are the three types of concentrating collectors. Now let us see parabolic dish collector. A parabolic dish consists of mirrors mounted on the truss structure such that the incident sunlight is reflected on to a cavity receiver, which is specially designed to reduce convective and radiation heat losses. The entire array of mirrors and receiver move to track the sun. Then the reflector and receiver mounted on the top are moved to track the sun such that the reflector faces the sun at all times throughout the year. These systems have light structures, paraboloid dishes have high efficiencies throughout the year. So you can see here the schematic diagram of paraboloid dish. So this is the paraboloid dish. Two-axis tracking system is there to track sun rays. This is the receiver which collects the solar radiation after falling on the dish. This is the water fluid storage tank or steam or hot water. Here you can see. Then next is parabolic throw concentrators. Parabolic throw concentrators are throws made from shaped metal and coated with a reflecting material such as high polished metal, usually aluminum, or metallized plastic, which can withstand sunlight as well as rain and the elements. These surfaces reflect the incident sunlight onto a metallic collector pipe, which is also called as a receiver, that runs axially along the throw. Then PTC can be connected in series on a common axis. Let us see in the figure. So it is connected in the series, you can see here. So this is the reflector and this is the absorber plate. Absorber tube. And this is the tank for water or fluid. Then linear Fresnel reflecting concentrator. Then linear Fresnel reflecting concentrator is made from multiple strips of straight reflecting material which are mounted on specially designed frames. The mirrors are arranged in a Fresnelized manner which reflects the incident sunlight onto a focal line of metallic collector pipe, that is receiver, that runs axially above the array of reflectors. The reflector strips are moved such that they always reflect the incident sunlight on the receiver tube. Let us see the figure. Schematic diagram for linear Fresnel system. This is the single axis technology. Here then these are the reflector, this is the axis of rotation, and this is the secondary reflector, and there is a glass cover is here. So the solar radiation will fall on the reflector, they will be reflected back here. Now the energy is collected here, and you can see as usual tank which carries water or fluid. Then this is the schematic diagram for heliostat field corrector. So these are the different collectors, heliostats, which are connected with each other. So solar energy will fall on these heliostats and they will reflect, or they will be received by a receiver here. Now due to heat of the sun rays, steam will be generated, which is imparted on turbine. At the generator, electricity will be generated and taken to the grid lines, and this is the air cooled condenser where steam is again converted into water. So this was about the various types of collectors. We have seen various types of collectors and their types. Thank you.